Hello, this video will give you a very quick tutorial of how to use DegreeWorks, which is a program that lives inside of BannerWeb and it can tell you the classes you need to take based upon your major. So to find your DegreeWorks, you want to go to the Gordon website, scroll to the very bottom, and go to BannerWeb. Then you want to log into your BannerWeb account. This is going to be your 929 number and a PIN that you've set up. If you don't know your PIN, that's okay. Put in your 929 number, choose Forgot PIN, and reset your PIN. Once you log into BannerWeb, you're going to choose Student and DegreeWorks to enter your DegreeWorks account. Your DegreeWorks will look a little bit different than mine because you won't have all the options here. I'm actually showing you a test account or a fake account. So what you'll see over on the side is you'll see Worksheets, What If, and Lookahead. Worksheets is going to show you the classes that you need to take for your major, as well as show you the classes that you've already taken and where they count within your worksheet. The what if is what if I want to change my major? So what if I change my major to X, Y, and Z? Where will my classes count and what classes will I still need to take? The look ahead is very important when planning for the future. The look ahead lets you put in classes you plan to take and will let you see where they will count within your major, or perhaps if they won't count at all, it will show you that as well. So let's look at the worksheet first. So to begin, you want to look at the very top and make sure your pathway major is showing correctly. So this person is a biological sciences associate degree major. So you want to make sure that that is accurate. Now, if you have learning support requirements, you may see here that it says learning support. And what that is just the umbrella of the learning support sitting on top of your regular degree classes. So you just want to make a note of that and know that that will be taken care of. You're probably in your learning support classes or will be taking them soon. So learning support is not your declared major, but you might have to flip it here to your actually declared major. In the case of looking at DegreeWorks, you want to make sure you're looking at your declared major and not so much your learning support classes. You also want to look here under your advisor. So this will be a hyperlink to your advisor. You can click on that and it will actually open up and show you the email, the phone number, and the location of your advisor so that you can go by and see them or email them and let them know that you're ready for an advising appointment. You do have to meet with your advisor every semester to get unlocked to register for classes. From here, you will also see any test scores that you have on file. Now, to read DegreeWorks, this is what you're going to look for. If it has a check mark beside it, it means it's complete. So those are classes that you've already taken, you've passed, they're checked off, you're completed, you're ready to go. You're going to see not completes as well. Those are classes that you still need to take. So those are things you want to focus on. If you have a one blue squiggle, those are classes that you're currently enrolled in. So assuming you pass them, they'll get checked off. If you don't, they'll turn back into not completes. Now, the first two tables I personally skip over. These just tell you overall what you've completed for your associate degree or baccalaureate degree, as well as what you've completed in the core curriculum. So this tells you, for example, that you've completed Area A, you still need to work on B, C, and D, and you're almost done with E. But that doesn't really tell you the classes that you need to take in those areas. So instead, I just skip over these two tables and start with Area A, the table labeled Area A, because those are the classes, those are the sections that are really going to tell you what classes you need to take. So that's probably where you're going to focus. So in this case, the student has already completed their Comp 1, Comp 2, and Pre-Cal class, which has completed their Area A, so it's checked off here. It will tell us exactly what class the person took, as well as the grade they made and how many credits they earned. It will even tell us when they took that class. So in this case, this person is finished with Area A, they can move on. Here in Area B, the student still needs to complete their colloquium requirement. That is why it's not checked off. Over here on the side, it says still needs 3 credits. Now remember, 3 credits typically means 1 class. So don't go and take 3 classes here. You only need 1 class. So you can click on the names of these classes. These are hyperlinks, and it will actually open up and let you read about that class. Notice that this shows the name of the course, how many credits it is worth, and if there are any prerequisites. Remember that a prerequisite is the course you must take and pass before you enroll in this course. So in this case, the student must take and pass English 1102 before they are able to enroll in this colloquium course. So moving on, we can look at Area C, and we can see that the student has already completed the Humanities or Fine Arts because it's checked off. Music appreciation is what counted here, but they still need to take a Lit or a Philosophy, and they need 1 class in, and they have several options here. Again, they can select the course code, and it would tell them how many credits, the name of the course, and then any prerequisites before they can enroll in it. Now, Area D, you'll notice, will look a little bit different based upon the type of major that you are. In this case, this person's a biological sciences major, so they're considered a STEM major. So notice they don't have a lot of choices here. They have to take Chem 1, they have to take Chem 2, and then here they've already taken calculus, which counted in this area. So they didn't have a lot of options. They had to take Chem 1 and Chem 2. In a little bit, we'll look at what a non-STEM major looks like, so you'll see how that's a little bit different. This area is a little bit different. In Area E, we see that this person's taken their Western Civ 1 or 2. They're currently enrolled in it. That's what CURR means, and that's what the one blue squiggle means. They've already completed American History 1 and their 2 social sciences. They took American History 2 and they took American Government and Intro to Psych. It shows their grades and it shows how many credit hours and when they took it. Now, the pathway is what we call our Area F. That's their focus area. So this will be different based upon your major. So this person's a biology major, so obviously they're going to have a lot of biology classes. If you were an education major, you'd see a lot of education classes here. If you were a human services major, you would see human services classes here. So this is the area where you don't want to take a lot of the classes until you're sure of your major. Because if you take a lot of classes in this area and change your major, those are the most likely not to count. So be careful with your pathway or major in area. Area G is a little bit different. These are your PE requirements. If you are enrolled 1 or more semester full-time, which is 12 credits or more, you will have a requirement of a health class. So that can be PHED 1010 or PHED 1001. This person happened to take 1010 and made an A in it. So it is a requirement. Now, if you are enrolled at Gordon 4 or more semesters full-time, so for 4 or more semesters you took 12 credits or more every semester, then you have a physical PE requirement. Notice here the student did take a physical PE requirement, aerobics, which was 1 credit hour. She made an A in it, but it goes to her fall-through area. Fall-through area is fall-through courses are courses that you took, you passed, but they did not count towards your major. So typically we want to avoid the fall through area. But why would the student have their aerobics going in this area? What has happened is the student has not been enrolled 4 or more semesters full time. More than likely, she's been in here maybe 2 or 3 semesters. So she went ahead and took her aerobics class because she knew she had to. But until she's been enrolled 4 or more semesters full time, it's going to sit in her fall through class. When she is on her 4th semester, it's going to magically move right on up to her Area G. So just kind of know that. If you take your PE class early and you know that you're going to be here 4 or more semester full time, just know that it's not going to move until that 4th semester. So these other section is the non-course requirements. The CPC classes are college preparatory classes. So those are classes you should have taken in high school. The most often one that isn't checked is foreign language. That means maybe for some reason you didn't take foreign language in high school. So you want to make a note of if you have any of these CPC credits not checked off. Because if these are not checked off, you want to ask your advisor about it so they can get you enrolled into a course that will check off the CPC while also giving you class credit. So again, you want to look at your CPCs and make sure if they're not all checked off, you make a note of that. The last 4, the legislative constitutions and legislative histories, are taken care of when you take your American history course. So when you enroll in and complete your American history course, which all students will have to do in their Area E, then this will get checked off. These 4 areas will get checked off. Now at the bottom, you'll see fall through courses. Fall through courses, again, are courses that you've taken and you've passed, but they don't count towards your major. So sometimes you might see your PE because of that particular situation we just described. Also, if you change your major. So say that you were a business major and you took a lot of business classes and then you changed to education. A lot of your business classes are now going to go to the fall through area because they don't count for education. So you want to be careful about changing your major because classes might go to fall through. You'll also see your current feature schedule, so the courses you're currently enrolled in. You may also see an area that's called insufficient. Those are classes that you've taken but have not passed. So you withdrew from them, you made a WF, you made an I, you just straight up failed them. Those are classes you did not pass. Those would go into the insufficient area. What you also might see down here is a not counted area. That is where your learning support classes will go if you have those. So if you took English and then English learning support, your regular English class is going to go up into the correct area, which is in area A, but your support class is going to come to the bottom. And that's because it sits on top of your regular course credits. So there's nowhere in the worksheet for it to go for your regular major in biology, but it was just an extra class you had to take. So it's not really that it doesn't count, it's just it doesn't have anywhere else to go in the audit, so it goes to that special section. So that is how the worksheet works. You can basically scroll through and look for things that have not been checked off and click on those classes and make a list of the classes you still need to take for your major. Once everything in this area is checked off, then you're ready to graduate. You've completed all the course requirements. So next, let's look at the Lookahead feature. The Lookahead feature lets you pre-put in classes that you're thinking about taking, and it will show you where they will count in your degree worksheet. So here, you would put in your courses. So make sure to put the subject in the subject line and the number in the number line. So for example, let's put in chemistry 12, 11. Notice the subject goes in one, the number goes in the other, and we'll add the course. Now, if you don't know the call numbers for the courses, that's okay. You can choose the Find button down here, which would be located in your account, and you'll be able to find and locate the names of the call numbers that you need. So let's add in a couple of more. Let's try a colloquium 2991. Add that course, and let's try education 2110. Now let's add in something that we know is not right. Let's add in BIO 1111. Now we code our courses as BIOL, so BIO is not the correct coding. What you're going to see happen is it's going to throw it to the bottom of the page, and it's going to say that this is not counted in the system, when in reality it may actually would count, but it's the wrong coding. So then we're going to process new, and we're going to look for blue text. So we're going to scroll down and we see that colloquium course, if I took it, would count here in area B. So that might be a course that I actually do plan on taking because it will count somewhere in my worksheet. Let's keep going. Oh, look what happens to the education course. It goes to the fall through area. So that means that if I took that course, I could take it, I could pass it, I could pay for it. Very well might not count towards my major because it's going to fall through. Notice that I used the wrong coding on both of these courses, and that's why they're called invalid courses and the course is not found in the system. So it looks like they won't count, when in reality they very well might, because I actually meant to put in the correct code for this one. But since I put in the wrong code, it shows it not counting here. It shows it not counting because I used the wrong code. So again, before you go and put in any courses to register for, you definitely want to run them through Lookahead and make sure they fall somewhere in the worksheet, and that they're not going to the fall through area. The last piece to consider is the what if. This will be located also on the side. The what if is used when a student is thinking about changing their major. Now, they're not actually changing their major at this point. They're just hypothetically doing so to see where their classes would fall if they change their major, as well as see what requirements there will be for a change in major. So this might be helpful if you are thinking about changing your major and you want to see what classes are going to be required of you and where the classes you've already taken will fall. You also might consider doing a what if you are not sure of your major and you just want to look at different options and what would be required of you in different areas. Also, if you have a lot of credits and you just want to know how far along you are with different degree programs, you can come and change them there to see how many match. When you do pretend to change your major, you want to pay attention to the fall through area to see if any of your courses end up going to the fall through area, because of course you want to try to avoid those as much as you can. So we'll choose what if. Of course, everything is going to be undergraduate at this point. You want to choose the degree that it is falling into. The majority at this point are going to be in the Associates of Arts area, the Associates of Science area, or if you're choosing one of our baccalaureate degrees, you can choose those. So since this person is already an Associates of Science in Biological Sciences, let's pretend to change it to an Associate of Arts. Then you want to pick your academic calendar year, the year that you started Gordon. And then you want to pick your major. So in this case, let's say that I'm thinking about becoming a psychology major rather than a biological sciences. Now, if you're looking for your major and you don't see it listed here, go and try to change the degree because sometimes they're listed under a different degree. So you might have to play around a little bit to find the correct major based upon the degree area that it falls into. So I'm going to pretend to change my major to psychology. Then I'm going to process what if, and I'm going to scroll down and look for any changes. Notice that area A didn't change much, area B didn't change much, area C didn't change much, but look at area D. When I was a biological sciences major, I had to take chemistry 1 and chemistry 2. Now, however, I can take lots of different options. Biology counted here, but I can choose one from any of these. I could choose astronomy, biology, chemistry, physics, geology, any of those. So I have more choices when I am a psychology major rather than when I was a biology major. So that was a main difference that happened when I pretended to change my major. Area E looks very similar. Area F looks different. Before I had a lot of biology classes I had to take here, and now I have a lot of psychology classes. So again, remember Area F is the one that's most likely to change when you change your major. Now let's go down and look at fall through courses. Luckily for me, the only course that is in fall through now is the aerobics course, which we discussed earlier. So that means that I didn't lose any credits. I didn't have any of my biology credits come to fall through that wouldn't count now that I was a psychology major. So that's a good thing, but you definitely want to check and make sure that you don't have classes moving into the fall through area, or a lot of classes moving into the fall through area when you pretend to change your major, because again that probably means more time and more classes for you to take here at Gordon. So that's how you can use DegreeWorks. Again, you start with the worksheet just to read what you have required for your major and what you've already taken. You can do the look ahead feature to plan out classes, to put in the classes you plan to take and see where they will fall in your audit or your worksheet. And then you can do the what if to see what would happen if I change my major, where my classes would fall and what requirements I would have. And that's how you use DegreeWorks.